BBC executives were handed whopping pay rises last month despite the broadcaster slashing jobs across the organisation. While hundreds of jobs have been cut over the last year, members of the broadcaster's executive team have been awarded pay rises of up to 40%. Indeed, Tim Davie, Director General of the BBC, has seen his wage rise by 16.6%. Mr. Davie now earns £525,000 due to the increase which came into effect last month. He had previously been paid £450,000. He is one of 5 members of the committee whose salary was increased last month. Amid the vast number of job cuts for the broadcaster, Noel McLean, the National Secretary of BEC2, the TV and Radio Trade Union, criticised the raise in wages for the executive committee. He said, BBC funding and the licence fee are a political football that the BBC's enemies love nothing more than to kick about with their mates. Unfortunately, Tim Davie has left them with an open goal this time. Rodri Talfin-Davies was promoted as well as receiving a pay rise of 40% to £260,000, The Times reports. He is now the broadcaster's Director of Nations after running operations in Wales. Charlotte Moore was elevated to Chief Content Officer with her salary rising by 9% to £402,000. Gautam Rangarajan received a 10% pay rise to £199,000 after he was made Group Director of Strategy and Performance. However, the BBC has cut down the size of the executive committee. By doing so, the broadcaster has slashed total pay by £1 million. Last year, the BBC announced plans to cut 450 of its staff across its news teams. The redundancies were initially paused due to the pandemic before the broadcaster announced it would press forward in order to save money in July. A further 70 jobs were axed from its news divisions on channels such as Radio 4. The BBC announced this year it will move some of its roles outside of London, which includes plans for BBC One to be tailored for audiences in the northwest and the northeast of England. It is thought the BBC will soon announce the latest 5-year licence fee deal agreed with government in the coming weeks. Speaking the Royal Television Society conference in Cambridge last month, Mr. Davie said, "Of course you wouldn't invent the BBC now, but you wouldn't invent many things that are wonderful, precious things. But by goodness you wouldn't change it," a BBC spokesperson told Daily Express. The BBC pay bill is down and the executive team is smaller than in previous years. But like most organizations, if individuals are promoted or take on more responsibilities, then that is reflected in their pay. Our salaries are below the market rates for other UK broadcasters and the wider media industry.